Hi guys. I know that people really hate it when you turn your cameras up this way to make a video, but actually it's the only way I can make the video, the kind of video I want to make today. I'll try not to do that every other time. When I turn it the other way, it just cuts everything off. So anyway, in my quest to get more plants into more spaces, I robbed the bench that the animals used to sit on. They've got other places to sit, and I put some plants in the window. There's my Hawaiian pothos and a larger leaf golden pothos, and I'm sorry about the backlighting. I tried to wait as long as I could before it got dark. There, you can kind of see it there. Excuse me. I robbed the plant stand from this area, and I put in my big red emerald and my philodendron Brazil and a Manjula pothos in the bird cage, and then a couple oh god, I can't syngoniums on the floor down there. And then I'm gonna try to go slowly so I don't make you dizzy. I'm gonna go into the plant room, and I want to try to get this all in one video. I'll show you this first. I kind of had to move the Siluum over a little bit. Had to transplant her out of her big canning kettle into a 5-gallon bucket, and I don't know what I'm gonna do when she outgrows that, because I can't lift anything any heavier than that, really. I did a little simple leaf mosaic on the bucket just to kind of disguise that it's a bucket. And also, this rearranging, I was able to hang a Hoya in there in the sun porch over my chair, which I have moved. I'll show you in a minute. And a couple plants hanging there. Now I'm going into the sun porch, and I'm going to kind of step aside and see if I can get the Monstera deliciosa into the picture. I'm standing in the living room, but I'm kind of leaning around over the couch, and I took my 2 Monsteras and put them together in a 5-gallon bucket, because I didn't have room for 2 big ones, and I chopped up one a little bit and made some cuttings for my neighbor. Now here's the first plant stand, and this is in the semi-covered front porch east window, or it faces what's left of my front porch. You can kind of see out there. I have a little sitting area out there that I like, and not so much today. It was 6 degrees this morning. Anyway, there's that, and that's kind of my philodendron shelf, or mostly philodendrons. There's Dracaena up on top. And then you turn around, and there's the first south window and the other south window, and these are full-on south windows, although the sun goes down pretty early around here because of that hillside that's across the street. Okay, now I'm going to move around a little bit, and this is where the big change is. I have moved the 2 plants, the 1 plant stand from the dining room, which is that one on the right hand side, and I moved the one on the left hand side over from where it was against the short wall where the mirror is. I moved it over here, and so it's in a southwest window, and then the other one excuse me, came from the dining room. And then the big change is, by doing so, I was able to get my tall floor plant, narrow leaf Adansonii in there, and I kind of used it to try to hide some of the wiring. You can still see it, but hey, it is what it is. We've all got wiring going around. And then, excuse me, I was able to push my chair back. I'm sorry, I've kind of got the hiccups. Back into the opening. As you can see, that's a 6-inch wide opening, and it's actually a couple more inches beyond that, and that gives me a little bit wider space in the sun porch to move around. And I know 6 inches doesn't sound like much, but hey, you know, that it makes a big difference. And where it was here in this, up against this little wall. I had to climb over into the chair every morning and night to open and close the curtains, and I have to do that when it's that cold outside. The cold just comes in off the windows, and my plants don't like it. Anyway, another thing I did to make things, the cats are just hell on my plants, so I took some planters and I put smaller plants. That's a 24-inch planter, and I put smaller pots in there. That one right there needs to be, it's a smaller pot underneath it, but I need to transfer it, and I forgot about it. I haven't done it. Anyway, my cats keep pulling plants off the shelves. That's why I had these railings here, but it helps when the pots are bigger, but not so much when they're little. And these are all babies from Suzette, and they're doing really pretty good. God, I love that Peru. It is just beautiful. And anyway, I also took a dollar store tub, those, I don't know, dish tubs or whatever, and put some, well, trying to get away from the leaf, put some perlite down in the bottom with some water to create some more humidity for my anthurium. And another thing I did was where the cats were tipping over pots, I found these at the dollar store. God, I should sound like a dollar store commercial. And these tubs, they hold a 7-inch pot and a 5-inch pot, or they hold 2 6-inch pots, and these are both 6 inches, and they're kind of tight in there, but it's okay because the cats can't tip them over, and that's, that's kind of my goal there. Anyway, okay, I'm going to move back around. I'll show you a little mosaic I did. It's just a little wooden box that I did for, I had no other use for it, so I went ahead and put some, my plant tags and my cutters and my, water meter in there, and things that I'm constantly grabbing quickly. And so that was a fun little project. I just grouted it yesterday, and that was a booger to grout. Anyway, and more. See, I put little pots down in there, and it's mainly in there. Those are just filler plants. It's mainly in there to keep the cats from tipping these over, these two plants over. And even though it's wintertime and we've had hardly any sun, this is the horsehead philodendron that Suzette sent, and you can kind of see it's getting sunburnt. So I went ahead and created some little short lace curtains to try to shield the harshness of the sun. Now, in one of these, again, dollar store tubs, I filled in the handles with tape, and I put perlite down in the bottom one. I can't lift it out of there, but there's perlite down in the bottom one, maybe about 1/4 to 1/2 an inch. And then I set the other one down on top of it so that the bottom one is a drainage tray, and then the top one works really good. And eventually this will have to go up into that pot, but I put it in there again. Excuse me, these narrow bottom pots just don't do well with the cats. Cats will pull them over in a heartbeat. So that bigger pot is not only holding it up, keeping the cats from tipping it over, but it's also a placeholder for when that gets bigger and has to grow into, go into a bigger pot, which it'll hopefully be a little while, I hope. And I went to Garden Answer. Her parents have a Andrews seed store in Ontario, Oregon. And she did a video, Suzette told me about it, and they'd gotten in 700 houseplants. And it's like, oh my gosh. So as soon as I could get out of here due to the weather, I went down there and I bought this philodendron Little Hope, and it looks very much like the Siloam. My goal here is I imagine there'll come a time when my big saloon is going to have to go away. And hopefully these don't get as big. And I read a lot of it on the internet, and that's what they're saying anyway, that these don't get as big as the hope philodendrons. The little hopes stay smaller. Anyway, I got that, and I also bought another green Congo. Oh, let's see if I can get that down. I don't know if I can hold it far enough away where you can see it. And they're just so pretty. I already had one, but they're just so pretty I had to buy another one. And my little, see here where I've got 2 more pots in these. They make great stoppers to keep the plants from tipping over. And my upside down broom, witch's broom, to keep the bad juju out of my sun porch. And I want my plants to be happy. And I guess that's about it. I hope I went slow enough that everything kind of shows. And again, I know this is not the best way to hold your camera, but it's the only way I can get this sun porch video made. So, all right, I appreciate you watching and subscribing if you choose, and liking if you choose, and we'll see y'all later. Bye now.